Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, December the 11th. 2 weeks. Just saying. I'm not counting down to anything in particular, just 2 weeks. So, of course, RMZ for Riflemania, and because it's the second time we've seen these bases, so I want to do them with something other than tanks. At least for the first bit. We'll get to that in well, it's due time. So, left-hand side, there's lots of free GBE that you can grab. You can use that to shock or blow up whatever you would like. Stage 2, very similar. Go left-hand side, there is a flamethrower that's going to need some attention. So, you know, throw a heal down, or if your medkits aren't high enough, throw a shock down, whatever it takes, and you should be able to crawl up the left-hand side and just get like a mountain. Look at all the buildings going down. You can use all those buildings to take out the actual defensive ones that, you know, could hurt your poor troops, and move on to stage 3. As always, if you want to see health and whatnot down below, it's all the same. You can go look at the last video. It will show you all of the same things. Stage 3, I decided to kind of mix it up a bit. I went with a little bit of smoky rifle. Is that what that? I guess that's what it would be. Just to, you know, try something a little bit different, and it kind of worked all right. I definitely have no complaints. I don't know if it would necessarily be the best strategy in the world, but you know, it got me to where I had to go with relatively few losses. You know, 4 or 5, I think. Not too bad, considering there were a bunch of mortars and flamethrowers and sniper towers and all kinds of crazy stuff. So stage 4, again, landing everything on the right-hand side. This time I kind of loaded up extra just because I was like, alright, you know what? It's a long walk. Let's load up a few extra, because this area looks pretty nasty. Now, I would suggest dropping the Barrage over on the right-hand side, not necessarily to take anything out, but more as a, oh, let's clear the mines out of the way so the mines don't do horrible things. And then you can throw a shock on the remaining buildings. Obviously, try to get rid of that shock launcher before you get up to this position, because that shock launcher is you know, really pretty brutal. And reflare, because that flamethrower ruined my poor troops. Like, I'm pretty sure 99% of the losses were from that crazy flamethrower. Anyways, blow things up and take your loot. Move on to stage number 5. I feel like I got to stage 5 really fast this time. Wow, look at that. I lost like pretty much an entire boat. So, stage 5, kaplowy, take out the shock launcher and then land. I'm already down a couple of riflemen, so I'm just like, alright, you know what, I'm going all in. Land right hand side. Obviously, take out the shock launcher on, wow, I totally said right-hand side. Land on the left-hand side, take out the shock launcher on the left-hand side, also take out the shock launcher over by the HQ, because both of those you're going to have to go through, obvi. And then, as you're kind of mowing through here, down at the very bottom corner, there's a handful of area effect defenses. You're going to want to make sure that you shock all of those. And obviously up here a little further up there are more, so again, make sure you throw some shocks, make sure you throw some heals, keep all your lasses and lads together. I think lad and lassie. Anyway, go up to the kind of the middle. If some of them get distracted and start going left, just pull them back over to the right. And it should be a pretty quick burn down to finish off the HQ and move on to stage 6. The weird thing being, with stage 5, I'm pretty sure I got like 13 riflemen that I lost, and then the 1 Zooka. Stage 6, I like lost 17. Like, there was almost no increase in losses. So if you are taking advantage of the rifle weekend, stage and like you normally do stage 5, stage 6 is probably doable. Now granted, I did get a little fancier with my stage 6, for good or bad, I'm not really sure, because there is a cluster of crazy rocket launchers over there in the back corner. So I figured, you know what? It is t-shirt time. I mean, smoking time. So I loaded everybody up into the very back corner there, and out of the 4 rockets, they're in the safe spot of at least 3. Some of the troops are in the safe spot of the final one. So I figured, okay, you know what, that's pretty good. And then there's a machine gun and some mortars and stuff, but one shock can actually take that out. So it's just the one rocket launcher on the other side of the HQ and, like, you know, some miscellaneous things. Really pretty safe back there. I like to think it's a pretty solid strat. I'm pretty happy with it. I think the results were pretty adequate. Now, I may have made a mistake. Like, I didn't realize how much extra GBE I had just kind of floating around because, well, I wasn't expecting to have that much. I don't know what to tell you. So I started just kind of throwing heals and goofing around, but Stage 6 against the RMZ just folds like a deck of cards. Like, absolutely fantastic. I definitely suggest you guys give it a shot. And also, I even started 6 a few Riflemen down, I believe, because I didn't bother to wait for any troop refresh or anything. Yeah, 17-1. So, definitely, you know, the way to try. And then, I'm not gonna lie to you, I gave a run at it with the Riflemen on stage 7, and just, there are too many rocket launchers, too many mortars, too many flamethrowers, too many shock launchers. Like, my poor Rifleman just got eaten alive. So I was like, you know what, I really don't care. Well, and not just the Riflemen, like the Zookas obviously went down, everybody went down. So I was like, you know what, someone suggested, hey, give Crank Med a run at that base. It should be pretty good. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I think he's right. Yeah. So then I made attempt number 2 at this crazy stage. Attempt number 2 was Crank Med, and you know what happened? I'll give you a hint. I'm attacking with T-Med this time because that attack failed. And actually, it failed in the best possible way. The way that it failed is I ran out of time. Which, let's face it, if you're going to fail an attempt, is kind of the way to go, because it meant that my line was good and all my things were good. I just didn't have the DPS to take things out. Probably because I still only have the 1 masterpiece damage boost. I only have a 25% damage boost. It's kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie to you. I, on numerous occasions, have been like, wow, man, I desperately want to upgrade this. Like, right now, my troop damage is by far... like, I want to upgrade that, and then, like, the rest of them aren't even on the camera. Like, they're down there on the floor somewhere. I don't even care if I upgrade them. But troop damage, oh baby, so bad, I want to upgrade it. Also, I'm kind of looking forward to getting a little bit higher in levels, because I'm hoping that I can get rid of my resource reward as things start to max out and throw in, bam, another troop damage, which would definitely make up for my lackluster masterpiece. Anyways, as you can see, I'm using very much the same strategy as the last time through, only I'm being a lot more mindful and paying more attention and being like, hey, let's not let this go bad and let this happen and let that happen. Also, I left the 2 shock launchers and took out, like, some boom cannons and other things and shocks on, like, sniper towers instead, in an effort to be like, alright, let's see if this works out, you know, just trying to mix it up a little bit. And it definitely does extend the attack, like, it takes a lot longer, but unlike the T-Gren Medic combo, I honestly, I was surprised. I was amazed that the tank medics had more DPS than the Grenk medic. I thought for sure the AoE would be like the big difference, I guess, from the Grens. But then I was looking at the layout and I'm thinking maybe there's enough space that it doesn't, you know, like the Grens don't really get that AoE because everything's spread out a little bit. I don't know. You know, maybe try some things out. Let me know what you think. As always, this attack was done unboosted, so you know, hopefully if you can't do it, throw down some boost, and that will give you that extra edge that you need to finish things off. Thanks very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.